Corner of Stories. Don't forget to subscribe and like.
Seed of Hope. In a small village surrounded by mountains, a young girl named Mira lived with her grandmother. The land had been suffering from drought for years, and the once green fields had turned dry and dusty. The villagers began to lose hope, worried that their home would never see lush days again. Every morning, Mira would look out over the barren fields, wishing there was something she could do. One evening, as she shared her worries with her grandmother, the old woman placed a tiny seed in Mira's hand. It was rough and plain-looking, with nothing special about it. "This is a seed of hope," her grandmother whispered. "It may look small, but if you care for it with all your heart, it might just surprise you." Mira didn't know what to make of this tiny seed. How could something so small make any difference? But she trusted her grandmother, so she decided to plant it. She found a little spot near her home, dug a hole, and gently placed the seed in the earth. She covered it with soil, pressing her hands down with care. Though there was hardly any water left, she saved drops from her drinking water each day to keep the soil moist. Days passed, and Mira visited the seed every morning. The villagers saw her devotion and laughed, thinking it was foolish to hope for anything to grow in such dry land. But Mira believed in the seed. She spoke to it, telling it stories of the green fields she dreamed of and imagining its roots growing strong. One morning, after weeks of patience, Mira saw a tiny green sprout peeking through the soil. Her heart filled with joy as she knelt down beside it, whispering her gratitude. The villagers, surprised by this tiny life in their dry fields, gathered around, and some of them began to feel a flicker of hope, too. The days grew hotter, but Mira continued to care for the sprout, and each day it grew a little more. The villagers, inspired by her persistence, started to save water for the other plants and seeds that had been abandoned. They cleaned up the village's old irrigation channels and began planting seeds they had nearly forgotten. Mira's sprout grew into a small plant with bright green leaves, and soon, to everyone's astonishment, it bloomed with small white flowers. One evening, the sky grew dark with heavy clouds, and for the first time in years, rain poured down over the village. Mira danced with joy as the rain soaked the land. As the rain continued, Mira's plant grew into a tall, beautiful tree with spreading branches. The other seeds in the village, now watered and cared for, began to sprout as well, and patches of green returned to the fields. The once dry land blossomed again, bringing back life and prosperity to the village. In time, Mira's tree grew to be the tallest in the village, a symbol of hope and resilience. People would gather under its shade, sharing stories of the drought and how Mira's simple act of caring for one seed had sparked a change in everyone's hearts. The villagers planted more trees, gardens, and crops, each one a testament to the strength of hope and dedication. Mira's grandmother smiled as she watched her granddaughter's tree flourish, knowing that the seed of hope had taken root not only in the earth, but in the hearts of all who witnessed its journey. And so, Mira's village became green and vibrant once again, a place where people remembered that, even in the darkest times, a little hope and care could bring life back to the land.
I hope you enjoyed with us. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and